Alright guys, today we will talk about the Elysian Realm. But first foremost, thank you all for watching my video for the Elysian Realm guide. So as per you all requested, you guys requested me to run the Fixer and Valkyrie Gory, both the Valkyrie on the Elysian Realm, right? So I try to run it on the difficulty 130, but because in our China version, right, right now I playing China server. The China version is currently 5.1 versions, and the C and global is still 5.0. So there is some updates on the Elysian Realm. One of the major update is the debuff. So I try to run the A Valkyrie, right, in the D130, and to be honest, it's very hard to clear it. It's like impossible to clear it with the in the D130. If I try to reduce to difficult 100, it's still possible to clear it. So let us go to see what is the changes on the Elsen in 5.1. So just now I mentioned debuff, right? So in the 5.0, like in your C and global versions, um, the last two debuff, right? The attack suppression, shield break, and attack suppression recharge, right? This doesn't make much impact on the Elysian Realm, right? So only the impact is like you pick this one, the difficulty rise, and the enemy receive like huge HP buff. So but in the 5.1 versions, this debuff changed, so the first one is now they change to when enemy gain 3 sec when enemy receive any type of damage, right? They gain 3 second 15% damage reduction of other damage types. So each damage type is individually calculated. So for the damage type, I will explain later. And the last one is enemy gain 3 second 20% damage reduction of total damage upon receive any other damage type. Same, the each damage type is individually calculated. So if you go to my left screen, right, here's some explanation on how this new debug works. So damage type, we have like 4 types. So first one is physical, second one is like fire elemental, ice elemental, and lighting elemental, right? So this is the main 4 damage type we have in the home guide right now. So let's say if you use SN, SN is dealing physical damage, and then from the first debuff you pick, the enemy will receive 15% less lightning damage, 15% less fire damage, 15% less ice damage, and 20% less total damage. So if because I deal physical damage, right, so only the things impact to me is the last one, the 20% less total damage. But let's say if you bring Jingwei Elf, and at the same time your Jingwei Elf deal fire damage, then the first one is changed and second one also changed because they individual calculated. So the first one now 15% less physical damage, 30% less lightning damage, 15% less fire damage, and 30% less ice damage. Then second one you will get 40% less total damage. So this debuff, right, if you let's say you have you are doing physical damage and you bring some elf, not just elf let's say your stigmata also have like add some lighting damage or fire damage or eye damage, right? This one will also affect the calculations. So let's say if you use the HOT, the heuristic of the main heuristic, and the main heuristic when they're doing the basic attack is she deal physical damage, then her combo attack and ultimate is still lighting damage, right? And in dragon form, her dragon not using the charge attack is still physical damage also. So this happen if you bring Jingwei elf also, right? Or you bring other elves under the book of Fuxi, the elf deal fire damage. Then this one will become very very messy. So you will get like, let's say your main deal physical damage and lightning damage. At the same time your elf deal fire damage, right? So the physical damage will become reduced 30%. Lightning damage will become reduced 30%. Fire damage will become reduced 45%. Eye damage will become reduced 45%. Then total damage will become reduced 60%. So right now, this is the reason right now I unable to clear the A Valkyrie, the Fixer, and the Valkyrie Gory in the difficulty manga 30. But I will try to do a video, especially on the guide, right, on which buff to pick and about the gameplay of those Valkyrie in the Elysian Rim. But I will do it on the D1 Club Pro. Okay, thank you for watching my video.